Yeah, let's get some help with this. Let's get some help with this. So we can do a history lesson here in the studio. So this is a timeline that my colleague Paul Labino in London, England, and I developed. He was a high school history teacher, right? And so because folk don't really understand and appreciate history because it's not taught right. So what he did was to lay out 8,000 years of history, beginning 5,200 years in the past, going into the present moment, and then 3,000 years into the future, because the whole purpose of the present moment is to connect with the past so that you can create the future. And so we have here a layout of the accomplishments, scientific accomplishments made by African people. So we don't have to make anything up. All we need to do is to do the research. So here we have Nabta-Playa, the first astro-archaeological calendar that was developed in Africa, 7,200 BC. Stonehenge, Africans studying the stars, knew that the earth was round, knew the earth revolved in this orbit around the sun. We have here Africans building great temples and pyramids. Imhotep built the Step Pyramid, the first building in the world, the Great Pyramids at Giza. We have images. I go from mic to mic. And worry about the headset. Let me take the headset off if you don't mind. So here we have images, actual images of all the African rulers, kings and rulers, images that were carved during their lifetime, man. So we can see that they're African, even though the noses might be missing or the lips might be missing. We can see that these are African people, and these are the things that they created: writing, agriculture, astronomy, physics, you name it, medicine. Imhotep, the first physician in recorded history. So this is all what we did when we were in control of our destiny, brother, right? And then to give you context, right here, 832 BC is when Homer wrote the Iliad and the Odyssey. The first European book was written thousands of years after Africans had written books and kept them in their libraries and their temples. And then right here we get to 753 BC when Romulus and Remus founded the city of Rome. So right here, this little bitty space right here is the beginning of Greco-Roman history and culture. This is the beginning of white folk culture, thousands of years after African culture. So to get to your question and to illustrate it, right here in blue, this little period in blue here, this little small period in blue here, from 1444 to 1888 is the European enslavement of African people. So anytime we begin our history in slavery, we are missing out on all of this documented history, documented success. So that's why I write, man. That's why I teach. That's why I'm excavating, so that we can document this information and put it in print form, come here and talk about it, so we can know the truth and then act on this truth. All right? So that's it. That's it. That's a brief lesson.
That's not it. My brother. There's so much to that that's going to help us. Good day, family. Good day and gratitude. Good day and gratitude, family. Have we got anybody? Oh, good day and gratitude. Let's get started. It's so good to see y'all. I was listening to Anthony Brown. I found it. I found a more up close timeline that shows our beginning. You know, I said that when I learned from him, we Black people been here on this planet by ourselves 290,000 years before white folks. I learned that from Anthony Browder. He's our brother from West Chicago. He's the first African-American descent that controls the excavations, archaeological excavations. And he's been finding our history, telling us about it. We go way back before white folks. White folks ain't been here 8,000 years. That's it. I said 8,500 for you if you must feel like they've been here longer. But honey, it ain't even been a drop yet. How long white folks have been here. Black folks have been here hundreds of years before white folks that we know of. Before then, it was millions of years before then. We have no idea. They sure ain't got no idea. So yeah, I found it where the timeline is right up close. I ain't even gonna try to write that timeline because I ain't got enough paper. It's so many lessons in that timeline. We're going to do it. But first, I'm Face the Nation. We on Bolden Unchained. We're here to assist Black America and Black media. See, Anthony Browder, our brother, been out here for decades. At least the earliest video I seen of him at the bottom, it's got, when it was made and stuff, when it was recorded, was like 11 years. 12 years. But some of our mentors, our critical minds, our experts, and our scientists been on here for 17 years. You can see the video. You look at them 17 years, 13 years ago. What was I doing? Well, I know I was distracted. I was blissfully ignorant during them times and stuff. Believed everything. I don't think I doubted nothing that white folks said and taught. You know, I just didn't. I'm going to put it like that and stuff because I don't want to make it seem like I've always been questioning white folks. When we kids, we got questions. And they valid. They are some valid, intelligent questions too, ain't it? But we shut that up with our kids, with our babies, with our godren. We shut that up. Don't you be talking like that in this church. Stop asking them questions. Why? It ain't you, instead of just giving them a logical answer. Giving that, that's all. You just give us a logical answer so our brain don't begin to turn off. Because after enough of that, hush that up, stop talking about that and stuff. Don't you question God, you know, with religion and stuff. And we stop asking. We stop asking, you know, and then we end up like everybody else. Don't know nothing, just trusting everything that white folks done said about life, religion, you know, and yeah, heaven and hell. Good day, Kevine. Good day and gratitude. It's so good to see y'all and stuff. I'm glad, you know, y'all here with us. I appreciate your presence and your patience. I sure do. You know, if I'd have had an extensive education, I'd have been able to make it more worthwhile for y'all. But I don't. You know, I'm just coming to tell here to share what I'm learning about my ancestors. You know, and yeah, I know if I be a long time, I'll be trying to keep y'all and stuff, you know. I just be trying to share what I done learned. Start where I'm at and stuff. If I'd have been trying to come here prim, proper, politically correct, I still wouldn't be here. I still wouldn't be here because that's not even a part of what it's about and stuff. They told me just sit down and read. And that's all I'm supposed to be doing. I ain't even supposed to be talking this much. But, you know, I like to talk. I like to talk to my people. It make me happy that y'all even here and want to learn about our people. I mean, yeah. That makes me happy that we want to talk about our ancestors. Because I know, you know, during my life, and I'm a little over 100 now, I done wasted my whole life believing everything that white folks said and stuff. White folks taught us, you know. And I know, you know, I have in some parts of my life and stuff, even when I got older, tried to question something, tried to have some meaningful conversations. And other people have with me too, but I wasn't ready. And they wasn't ready, you know. But now it's time. We all are ready. You just ignoring it. And you just refusing it, Black America. And we can't do that no more. I did it too. Yep, I did it too. I thought that, you know, if that's what it was, the material success, I could do without it because I'm not materialistic. And I was like, you know, if it's the, I don't know, the financial success, I could do without it because I'm not, you know, money don't move me like that. I already know. By the time, I was probably 20, I wasn't going to be no millionaire and reach that pinnacle of financial success. Like, you know, we see that 350,000 of our people, I think it was. Don't get on me about statistics because I just went to the 11th grade and they didn't teach me nothing. I'm just trying to say, you know, we do got some of our people that are successful. You know, they don't have to worry about bills, money, nobody's birthday coming up. They ain't got to worry about nothing. All they got to do is go get that money because they got it. So, you know, I was okay. I ain't reached all those things, you know, and then my people, we ain't reached all those things. Maybe it was my humble beginnings that, you know, made it okay. You know, I ain't got no big mansion, no mini mansion. I ain't got no 2 or 3 vehicles. I probably got a lemon. You know, most of my life, I ain't had the finer things in life. And that was fine with me. You know, I'm okay. Yeah, and that's because, you know, all of this ain't meant to resonate with us. It ain't meant to resonate with us. I don't know why it was like that, because, I think I did want some comfort. When somebody's birthday, the baby's birthdays was coming up, the bills done got behind. You know, I think I did. I'm pretty sure. I did want that financial success. But I was like, hey, my mama wasn't even like that materialistic, and all about the money and stuff. So I ain't got to be either. I don't have to be either. Then when I look around and stuff, the people in my life that I identify with ain't none of us got that financial success. So it wasn't no real big, go after the bag, get the bag, get the bag, get the bag with me and stuff. I don't know. I guess it was white supremacists that they really shut my mind off learning what I learned, which wasn't nothing. Wasn't nothing. We ain't learned nothing. We have not learned nothing. I'm just appalled. I am motherfucking appalled. Yeah, that's one of my new words too. APPALLED. I'm so appalled about all of this. I mean, it's like, wow, and nobody has even said it, on the level where our people, will actually start taking notice and be curious about what you just say these people done did to us. For what? That's all we got to do is talk to us and tell us. Because right now, honey, we helping white America more than ever, willingly, to solve their problem of white genetic survival. The theft of melanin. The theft of melanin, they done stole everything, still stealing everything, but now they've had a moment of where they can rest and just take their eyes off of us because they had us doing it. They had us harming ourselves instead of them doing it. But honey, they done woke up now. Yeah, they done realized that, hey, it's a shift going on. It's a shift going on because they feel it too. Yep. I don't know. I'm just telling it like it's resonating with me. I don't know how it's resonating with y'all and stuff, but this is at the end. Yeah, this is it. It won't be no more after these Sophia robots and stuff come out. Don't you let nobody come up talking about they face the nation. Come on, let's go. No, I ain't taking nobody with me. I'm just telling you. See, I'm just telling you as I learned, because I'm going to the 12th of Nephilim. I'm going to the 12th universe. And you might not want to go to the 12th. You just know the way. And you can stop at the 9th universe. Stay there if you like. Whichever one of them universes up there gonna catch your attention, resonate with your fancy. Then yeah, you going, So I ain't leading nobody nowhere. I'm just telling you. We done had all of our mentors, all of our greatest minds, our critical thinkers, experts, scientists, trying to tell us that it's something else out there. I just have to be, straight up with you and let you know that, hey, it ain't heaven that you want to be going to, Black America. Yeah, so I'm Face the Nation. We on Bolden Unchained. And right here, we talking about Black people. Yeah, that's what I talk about. That's what I love. That's who I love. Black people. I'm not harming nobody else. I don't wish nobody else no harm. But ain't nobody else finna get no help but Black people. Ain't nobody else finna get no forgiveness, no mercy for nothing. I'm giving all mine to my people. I ain't harming nobody and stuff. You stay where you supposed to be at, you'll be fine. You'll be okay. But if somebody come across my path and they need a smile, a kind word, or some uplifting, I can do that because we all are living. So you don't go outside and kick no dog just because it's a dog. It might be hungry and weak out there, but you don't go out there and kick a living being. So I'm not even like that and stuff, but I am totally about my people now. First and final. The first and final concern of me right here is Black people. Yeah, Black people's welfare, well-being, and Black people's sanity. Because I think we losing our mind. We done lost our mind. Our masses can't even put two and two together. Our masses don't even want to hold hands with each other. Don't even want to look at each other. Can't talk to each other. Our masses. I'm not talking about those that done reached their level of success. Because really, that ain't even success. No, that's not really success. Success is being free. Not being under all this oppression. It's this pressure. You see, being unable to talk and learn and teach our babies about us. Yeah, so I'm here for Black American Black people. I'm here. We're here. That's why you here. I hope. Hope you ain't sitting over there and stuff, going against the ancestors because karma gonna come on you at this time right here. Especially us, Black America. At this time right here, if we know we don't mean no good for our people, don't be sitting over here with me because I'm throwing everything back. Side eyes, negativity, doubts, second guesses and stuff. If you don't know which side of this you on, good or evil, I don't know how else to put it. This the good, this the evil. This is what we exposing right here, what we talking about, learning about. This right here. The huge, the most profound trauma to my people. I see it as this. That's what I'm learning about. That's where it's resonating to be. It ain't resonating to be other people, although they doing it too now. The whole world got this mindset. It just seemed to me like it started right there. So yeah, I'm sitting right here, I'm reading, learning, and we uncovering and condemning. Yeah, condemning. All the agendas, events, projects, operations, laws, acts, bills, codes, courses, studies, experiments, memorandums, plans. Yeah, I don't even know all of some of these words right here ain't even part of my daily vocabulary, but it's all of those agendas, all those targets, arrows at Black America, stuck at Black America, stuck in our back, and we ain't trying to pull none out. We ain't trying to help us pull them out. No, so that's why we're here to uncover all of that. We're here to uncover all of that, assist Black America and Black media. What's wrong with Black America? And we're using a spiritual lens here. I think I done said the gist of it. I'm not religious. I ain't forgiving nobody nothing that was done to my people. No, I'm not forgiving it. I forgave what I was meant to forgive the whole 43 years of my life. I didn't question too much. I forgave the enslavement, the oppression. I forgave the enslavement. 200 years, 255 years of enslavement. Why we forgive that, I can only think it's because of religion. Because of religion. Then I forgave after slavery. Yep, I forgave after slavery. I forgave Emmett Till, what happened to Emmett Till. I didn't know about Mary Turner and James Byrd, but the ones that I did know about, that we did know about, like Tulsa. Tulsa just wasn't 2 or 3 people. No, Tulsa wasn't just 2 or 3 people. And then it wasn't just Tulsa. So, I think I done did enough forgiving for white America. White America has never really been sincere in earning that forgiveness either. So now at this point in this time right here, allegedly 2025, could be 1965. I don't forgive them no more. No, I can treat them. I'm a civil person. I'm not confrontational. I can be civilized with people because that's how my mama taught me and stuff. But as far as giving all this forgiveness back to white people for what they've done to my people and stuff, I don't forgive none of it. No, I don't. So yeah, we looking through a spiritual lens right here of loyalty, resilience, and education. You already know. We loyal to our ancestors here. We teaching us who it's okay to be loyal to us now. Don't we think it's probably okay with our higher power, whoever is got you in this little bitty circle. Don't you think it's okay with them, Black America, for you to forgive your own people and start showing us some love, some compassion, some forgiveness? Can we at least give us some acceptance? All of us, not those of us that we see as wealthy, they better off, they dress nice, got all the name brand stuff. You see them and you know they all right. They family all right, they got things. Not just them. We got people out here that's hurting, sick, confused, lost, hungry, homeless. They sick. They need some hope. Jesus and God and the rest of them, the Christ-like figures, and gave them that hope for a reason. Because we calling on a cat and we need a dog. Black people need a dog. We come from the cosmos. The cosmos manifested the Black woman. And the Black man. All right, I can get with that. If your mind see it now, face, the cosmos manifested the Black man and the Black woman. Okay, but the woman came first. I'm just saying, the woman is the one that's giving birth, just like the cosmos up there on the other side. You can look on the other side over there, y'all. I know that we would see stars being birthed, new stars being born. They come from some kind of explosion. I'm learning myself. I read something about the supernova. But, the cosmos is birthing storms, rainbows, new planets up there, new galaxies is most likely forming, being birthed in the cosmos because it's huge. I mean, it is more than any one mind could even comprehend. Yeah. even anyone, Einstein, you know, we like to see him the greatest mind on the planet, right here. But you know, to me, the greatest mind I done ran across is Neil and what's the other guy named Rice? Ours, you know. But hey, when I see the universe, the multiverse up here, it ain't just that heaven and hell concept. So yeah, you know, I think, hey, my mind can conceive too. My mind can invent and create and imagine what's up there. I done put it up on my wall. And I didn't know what this was going to represent. I just started taking folks' picture down. Yep. Just let me take this picture down. I love you, family, and I'm going to sit you over here. Everybody, you know, on this wall right here and on the other wall, maybe in the closet and stuff. You try to set up somewhere, but I need these walls. Yes, we got to learn, change our whole mindset. Everything that we done did to bring comfort and love and hope and acceptance, that we love our family and stuff. We know we love our family. You know I love you, cousin. But honey, I done put over there on that wall. What's that I got in your spot? Oh, $16 trillion will be transferred over the next 20 years. That's the greatest wealth transfer in history. But then I learned from family a couple of weeks ago that $16 trillion been lost, as white folks like to say, over the last 20 years. In other words, white folks done stole it. Yep, so we looking through a spiritual lens here, y'all. And I want to find the copyright so I can go and get that out the way. Because, I don't want to get blocked for not reading this. Hell, I done wrote it down. You know, copyright disclaimer on the 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. And and on this right here, I wrote down all of the areas of life that Neely Fuller said white supremacy / racism control everything. We ain't even doing nothing in any area of life that we think we doing it. It's already controlled by white supremacy. Yep, we got to change our whole mindset. Yep, we got to change our whole mindset. But let's look at this right here since I done got that out the way, because this is what we were looking at. This here part 2. The other one was part 1. See, that's David Banner right there. Yeah, that's our David Banner right there. The other one was part 1 that we watched, and the when they were showing the timeline, it was on a fence in their backyard where he done brought the timeline to the studio and he got it out on the screen.
When we were looking at the timeline, I opened up.
Oh.
Well, the crazy thing about what you said is when we were looking at the timeline, I opened up the timeline for he literally laid out on the floor.
I want to see
this. We had like a what? You mean this timeline?
Yeah, he got it. That's it right there, y'all. Look at that timeline.
Everybody can see it. It's real.
Huh?
It's real.
I'm trying to find the timeline. Look at that.
Regina, grab it. Take it on down.
Oh, my ancestors. Look.
Bro,
look. I got to pause. I can't hear you. Y'all look at this timeline. Look at this. And it's so colorful. It's got nothing but information. You're going to have to pull a chair up. You're going to have to pull a chair up so little sister can sit down, because you know once you get this timeline and put it up on their wall, that's all you need to do. Just while they into this right here, go and start getting your books, getting them notebooks, pens, pads, crayons, and the little color pencils and stuff, because you know they finna get creative.
Grab this side so he can explain it and hold it up. Okay. So let me just stand right here.
I can't wait to get it. I know the ancestors gonna bring it to me. They gonna show me where it's at. Look at there. Look.
We can do a history lesson here in the studio. So this is a time
history lesson
that my colleague Paul.
That's our story. That's our story right there. Our story.
High school history teacher, right?
Yes.
And so because folk don't really understand and appreciate history because it's not taught right.
That's who you come from, Black America.
Lay out 8,000 years of history, beginning 5,200 years in the past, going into the present moment, and then 3,000 years into the future, because the whole purpose of the present moment is to connect with the past so that you can create the future. And so we have here a layout of the accomplishments, scientific accomplishments made by African people. So we don't have to make anything up. All we need to do is to do research.
You ain't got to make nothing up.
First astroarchaeological calendar that was developed in Africa, 7200 BC. BC. 3,500 years older than Stonehenge. Africans studying the stars, knew that the earth was round, knew the earth revolved in this orbit around the sun. We have here Africans building great temples and pyramids. Imhotep built the Step Pyramid, the first building in the world, the Great Pyramids.
Let me
We
hold.
have images. I go from mic to mic. And we're about the headset. Let me take the headset off if you don't mind. So here we have images, actual images of all the African rulers, kings and rulers, images that were carved during their lifetime, man. So we can see that they're African, even though the noses might be missing or the lips might be missing. We can see that these are African people, and these are the things that they created: writing, agriculture, astronomy, physics, everything. You name it, medicine. Imhotep, the first physician in recorded history. So this is all what we did when we were in control of our destiny, brother, right? And then to give you context, right here, 832 BC is when Homer wrote the Iliad and the Odyssey. The first European book was written thousands of years after Africans had written books and kept them in their libraries and their temples. And then right here we get to 753 BC when Romulus and Remus founded the city of Rome. So right here, this little bitty space right here is the beginning of Greco-Roman history and culture. This is the beginning of white folk culture, thousands of years after African culture. Look at that. So to get to your question and to illustrate it, right here in blue, this little period in blue here, this little small period in blue here, from 1444 to 1888 is the European enslavement of African people. So anytime we begin our history in slavery, we are missing out on all of this documented history. Man, can you imagine
so if I got here sooner?
That's why I teach. That's why I'm excavating, so that we can document this information and put it in print form, come here and talk about it, so we can know the truth and then act on this truth. All right? So that's it. That's it. That's a brief lesson.
Where can we get
You get it from me. Go to my website, ikg-info.com.
I
gotta produce this material.
No,
I gotta make it available. And we got this in schools, man.
See, I talk too much.
All of this documented history.
Y'all, he finna tell where we could get this timeline at. I know, I talk too much.
Documented success. So that's why I write, man. That's why I teach. That's why I'm excavating, so that we can document this information and put it in print form, come here and talk about it, so we can know the truth and then act on this truth. All right? So that's it. That's it. That's a brief lesson.
Where can we get
You get it from me. Go to my website, ikg-info.com. I gotta produce this material.
No,
I gotta make it available.
I
We
need to
got
get
this
it.
ikg-info.com.
We had Superintendent Hurd in Alabama, man. He had this in every school. He had a huge timeline at the entrance of every school. He had one in every classroom. So I'm about working with teachers. I'm about working with educators. I'm about working with anybody who is serious about educating our children.
Okay, now when I go to your website to get this, what is it under?
It's the timeline. So you go to our store.
Make sure it's extremely clear.
And you see the timeline, and it comes in different sizes. That's the 19-foot long timeline. It runs $100. We have one that is 9 foot long. It runs $50. And then I've got some other products that I'm working on too that will be coming out very soon. Thank you.
I personally think
you got one of these, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Check it. Yeah.
I personally think they need the $100 one, because when you roll it out, the significance of how long our history spans out.
Yeah, it is.
Every time I show it to any kid that comes around me, and I'm able, especially when they come up in my library.
You got a library? You got a library, man? Oh,
see, we gotta get us a library. Yeah, honey.
Yeah, pretty extensive one too.
Oh, I know that's right.
Yeah, when I bring the kids into my library, the timeline is actually longer than the first corridor in my library.
Okay.
So when I'm able to show them that time and show them how much just how much history existed.
Yeah, what you capable of.
How many
what's
people
inside
look like
us.
them and what they what they created. What has been in your estimation one of the biggest things for our children to get over?
The biggest thing is, like, my daughter's been teaching in DC for a decade, right? And her last year in the classroom, she's not working with me, running our Browder Scholars program, but you were kind enough to send us this photograph of you reading from the Browder file, and so we give it to the kids, and they love it, man. So she's not running our national program, but her last year teaching at Maya Angelou High School in Washington, D.C., Southeast
Maya
D.C.
Angelou.
She decided to introduce them to my book, Egypt on the Potomac, to show these kids in D.C. that Washington, D.C. was designed on ancient Egyptian architecture and symbolism. So we read the book in class, and she tells the story. This one brother just stood up. Miss Browder, wait a minute. I don't mean it to be disruptive, but why are we just not learning this information?
See?
They were pissed, and they have every right to be pissed, because folk have been sitting on this knowledge for generations. Why? Because what we know determines how far we grow. If someone is limiting your access to the truth, then you will live down to your true potential as a human being. So our job now is to get this information to as many young people as possible, so that they know the potential that exists within them, so that they can create a rightful place for them in the world and become, not just kings and queens, because we talk a lot about kings and queens, but as I said, the vast majority of people were entertainers, they were artists, they were builders, they were thinkers, they were writers, they were engineers, they were philosophers. That's who the majority of people were. So let's be realistic. Let's create
Wasn't just at that
3 generations of writers and archaeologists and Egyptologists and historians and mathematicians and scientists and philosophers and thinkers. That's much more realistic than 1 or 2 kings and queens, right? And then with those resources, with that talent pool, man, we can control the world again. And that's how the process is going to unfold. I mean, I see it happening right now, right? We're going through this shift, and people are starting to wake up and they're starting to act on this knowledge. So that, and if you follow my line of reasoning, that there is no death, that we come back, then when we come back, say 200 years from now, imagine the position that we'll be in as a result of the work that we did in this lifetime, man. Imagine, Wakanda will be real by then, right? African folk will be doing everything. The world will be totally transformed. And so we will return back to that state that our ancestors had created 3,000-4,000 years ago, right? And so this time we got to do it right, because the other part of your question, brother, other part of your question is, folk ask, well, if we were so great, then why do we fall? We failed because we messed up. We failed because we messed up. We had the power and we abused the power. And as a consequence, we then opened the door for folk who were less than us to come in and take everything away from us, and take us away from everything we had created, and then to erase our memory and then erase the erasure. So now we find ourselves worshiping them.
Yeah.
The same, we created the concept of God. God is a concept, right? We created this concept in these gods and goddesses, because you can't have a male god without a female counterpart, right? That's life, that's reality. Yeah. And they took these ideas and distorted them. They suppressed the feminine aspect of creation, and then came up with this idea that you were conceived in sin. What kind of nonsense?
Right.
You were conceived in sin, and the Son of God had to die for your sins. So they got you chasing lies. Chasing lies. They got you living to die. They flipped the script. So when you read and study, and you go back before those lies, you go back before Hippocrates, you go back to before Herodotus and all these other folk, and get to the African truth that was written by our ancestors, then you realize that they were dropping seeds for us to wake us up now. Now is the time to wake up.
Yeah.
And so the key is, when you wake, what are you going to do with this information? Are you going to be selfish and just keep it to yourself and create the same mistakes that our ancestors made? Or are you going to open up the door and say, we're going to create institutions and opportunities for everybody to learn? If we can establish at least 3 generations, within 3 generations, a love for learning and a love for doing for self, we will flip the script, and we would never have to be worried about being in the situation that we're in right now. And that's possible. It's happening right now. I see it happening right now. And so it's simply a matter of those who are willing to do the work to continue doing the work. That's right. And as Jake Carruthers said, and the reward for hard work is more work. We're here to work.
Can you speak a little on becoming born again African?
It's time for us to work.
It was Kwame Nkrumah who said that you may not have been born in Africa, but Africa's born in you. right? And when you accept that Africa is not, Tarzan and Jane and all.
I just want to hear who says
Word.
Can you speak a little on becoming a born-again African?
Oh, well, it was Kwame Nkrumah who said that you may not have been born in Africa, but Africa is born in you, right? And when you accept that Africa is not, Tarzan and Jane and all jungle and all the nonsense, the propaganda that was created in order to separate us from what's inside of us, we need to begin to realize that the first man and woman, the first Homo sapiens sapiens lived in Africa alone over 300,000 years ago. So if man and woman were created in the image of God and man and woman were African, it means God was African.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It means Africa is the Garden of Eden. If you want to, follow that Jewish fairy tale, right? That Jewish myth, which is what it is, all right? But if you follow that and look at the scientific evidence, which says that humanity began in Africa and man and woman created in the image of God, then bam, you see God every time you brush your teeth, looking in the mirror. So when you can embrace that and accept that, then you can give birth to that African inside of you who's been trying to get out, trying to free themselves from this Negro mentality. And once you do that, then, what the Funkadelics say, free your mind and your ass will follow. Right? It's simple. It's easy. It's a beautiful thing.
Quick question. And I don't know if this was something that you did on purpose. But I know the thing that I liked about From the Broader Files when I read it is that it felt like you were talking directly to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Most books when I first started on my road to consciousness, I spent so much time word cleansing. I spent so much time trying to grasp the concept. And I always felt if it's something that, I used to tell my 5% homeboys, I was like, are you building or are you trying to show me that you're smart, right? Because I'm trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? When I read From the Broader File, it really felt like you were talking to me directly, and it really felt like you wanted someone to get that information. Was that something that you were trying to do, or was it a mistake?
No, brother. There ain't no mistakes. There's no chance, coincidence, or accident in the universe ruled by law and divine order. Everything happens for a purpose, right? So my former training is in graphic design and advertising. I'm an artist, right? And so I was doing a radio interview November of 1986 on Kathy Hughes' morning show. I was doing a radio interview, and one of the things that I talked about was the creation of the Negro. So after the interview, I got a call from Dr. Frances Murphy, who taught at Howard School of Communication, and she was the publisher of the Washington Afro-American newspaper. And she asked me if I would write an article about this subject matter. I said, well, I haven't written anything before. She said, well, it's real simple. You'd have a column, and the column will consist of 13 to 15 paragraphs, and each paragraph should be comprised of 2 to 3 sentences, and each sentence should be no more than 12 to 15 words. So she gave me the black print. Right? Yeah. She gave me okay, cool. So I got the idea. Let me just simplify the idea, make it fit within 13 to 15 paragraphs. Each paragraph is 2 to 3 sentences, 12 words each. So I just simplified my words. And so as an artist, I write with words so that the reader can see what I'm writing.
Absolutely.
Pictures, because as an artist, I think in pictures anyway.
Exactly. Right. It's right brain. So it's right, so writing is a left hemisphere activity, but visualization is right hemisphere. So my goal was to get people to see what I was saying so that it would sink in. It would engage both hemispheres of the brain and create this whole brain thinking process where you feel it. You take ownership of it. And that's what I do. That's how I write. I'm not trained as a writer. As I say, I'm an artist who happened to fall in love with history. And so I use my love of history to make other people who've been taught that they have no history love themselves by learning their history. Gina?
Oh, that's really dope. I like the way it's written because the essays are short, it's easier to digest.
Exactly.
So it does feel, I agree with you, like you're talking to me.
And so dig this. I remember when I was excited because Dr. Frances Murphy and her I think her uncle created the Baltimore Afro-American newspaper, and then they established her father created the Washington Afro-American newspaper. And she hears me on the radio and she calls me up and asks me if I would write an article. And so from that conversation, I agreed to write a bi-weekly article that was going to be called From the Browder File, right? So I remember telling my mother, I'm going to be writing articles, bi-weekly articles for the Washington Afro-American newspaper. And my mother said, well, who reads the Washington Afro? I'm like, okay, it's like that, huh? All right. But after 2 years writing the articles, I decided to make a book of the articles, and the proceeds from that book paid for the house that I bought for my mom.
Wow.
So she gets it.
Yeah.
Yes.
What can you give us one example of something that happened that was in direct connection to your book that lets you know, okay, the ancestors were letting you know that you did a good job?
How they do let us know?
Browder File was my first book, and it was published 31 years ago this month, February.
31 years ago.
1989. And I started getting letters, man.
Which would be 35 years
People all
ago. Now
over
this
the world.
video was 4 years ago.
Started to get a lot of letters from brothers who were locked up. And it was saying that, I'm getting all these letters and they're basically saying the same thing, that my cellmate had a copy of your book and I read it, and it was the first book I read from cover to cover. And as a result,
first book I read from cover to cover.
I remember you told me that, man. And you stole it from your cousin, right?
Yeah.
You were in Chicago, right? You read it on the train ride back to Mississippi. Yep. So I'm getting these letters from folks, and then the brothers are saying that if I had known this information before, then I wouldn't be doing 15 to 20. I wouldn't be doing life. My life would have been different. How do I get this information to my son so he won't follow my footsteps, or to my daughter, right? So I'm getting these letters. I'm beginning to realize the power of what I had done. And so that just inspired me. That just let me know that I did the right thing, and that obviously this is my mission. I'm supposed to be doing this, right? So it's not just, I didn't just do it for the money, because, I didn't do it for the money. I did it because of something that I was compelled to do. And then I'm getting feedback I'm hearing from people like you, man, telling me how much this book touched them. And so I said, well, I got to do more. I got all this information. I got all these articles, man. I guess you would call me a nerd when I was growing up. I love reading. I always loved reading. And I would find articles, and I just put articles in the folder, and I just save them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like when I was doing artwork, when I was doing my design work, I would always look for nice photographs, nice designs, and I put them in the file. So whenever I was working on the project, I'd go through my file for inspiration. So I started doing the same thing with articles, collecting information, man. Information that was just obscure. And so if I was going to write an article, I said, well, I remember reading an article 4 or 5 years ago. Let me find that article, and let me find a way to make this information relevant to other folk. So that's how I've always done my writing. And then once I got plugged into Egypt, I said, well, yeah, let me just tell the story of Egypt. So my second book, Nile Valley Contributions to Civilization, is a book that is as popular as From the Browder File. And it's thorough, it's comprehensive, it's text, it's small commentary on the side, lots of pictures and photographs. So you can read the book at your own pace, right? You can get a tidbit of information and impress your girlfriend, impress your boys, right? And it's about
just get the book,
making information accessible to people who have been written out of the respectable commentary of human history, so they can take ownership and pride in themselves. And then that changes them from the inside out. So that's the process, man. And I'm just following in the footsteps of brothers and sisters who modeled this for me, Dr. Clark and Dr. Ben and John Jackson and Dr. Welsing, and so many folk who showed me the power of knowledge. Man. So I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay, well, let me do something for you that I wish somebody would have done for me. Bro, we have a lot of people who are influenced by our podcast. How could they help you? Like, where are some places that our people can sow into you and help you do some of these things? And what's the easiest, most accessible way to make that happen?
Right. Well, yeah, I appreciate the
Desensitizing,
opportunity,
we
man.
need
And
to
I
be
appreciate
doing.
you, what you did with the guide box and incorporating the Browder file in the guide box and buying cases and cases of my books to share with folk, man, so they can experience what you experienced. The most important work that I'm doing right now is this excavation. And this excavation, the cost of this excavation is ballooned from $40,000 a year. Last year, we spent $120,000. We bought new tools. We rebuilt the tomb, and we were planning to open it in 2023. So we got a lot of work to do to finish that up. And so we set up a nonprofit, the Asa Restoration Project. And the best way people can show their appreciation for what I've done is
The ASA Restoration Project, y'all. Write it down. The ASA Restoration Project. And that's how we can tithe. We can tithe to our brother, Anthony Browder. The Browder Files. We got to get that book of his. And when I go back and read the Valley of Contribution that he was talking about, that's his second book. But the ASA Restoration Project. If I got it wrong, if I got this wrong, let us know.
And so we set up a nonprofit, the Asa Restoration Project. And the best way people can show their appreciation for what I've done is to go to our website, ikg-info.com, and make a contribution, a tax-deductible contribution to the Asa Restoration Project. $5, $10, $1,000.
Rewind it again.
Finish that up. And so we set up a nonprofit, the Asa Restoration Project. And the best way people can show their appreciation for what I've done is to go to our website, ikg-info.com, and make a contribution, a tax-deductible contribution to the Asa Restoration Project. $5, $10, $1,000. There you go. One more time, brother.
Ooh, and it's tax deductible.
And so you're helping us to excavate and restore the oldest history of the oldest people on the planet. And when we open the tomb in September 2023, we're going to have a grand opening activity. We're going to create a visitor center. And all this stuff has to be financed, man.
Years ago.
We're not getting grants to do this work. It's folk who believe in
That's
what
right.
we're doing.
We don't need grants to do what we're supposed to do.
My goal is to so let me just give you some context.
It's good to have them.
We'll have these three main tombs that we're working on open by 2023. Last year, we found a brand new tomb that we've been walking over for a dozen years. Never knew it was just like 20 feet away from where we've been. We digging down and we found steps. We dig up the steps and the steps lead to a burial chamber. We go in the burial chamber, we find 3 rooms. In one of the rooms, we find a shaft. We start excavating the shaft. We go down 9 feet and we find a plug in that shaft, which means that shaft has never been opened.
Never.
The shaft leading to the burial chamber. So we're going to open that shaft in June when we go back to the season. But we also know, man, that there's tombs all over the place, and we have the concession at this site. So we could literally be digging there over the course of the next 100 years, finding tombs that have never been robbed, tombs that contain priceless works of art and treasures that would make King Tut's tomb look like Kmart, right? So all of this is here waiting for us. And so the more support we get from people, the more we can do. And I'm in the process now of training young folk, training my replacements so that we can be at this site for the next 100 years. Everybody's in Egypt right now. The French, the German, the British, the Polish, the Italians, the Dutch, everybody's in Egypt. Why? Because that's where the knowledge is. That's where the power is. And we are there now too. Right? And we need to stay there, and we need to show them that African people are in a position to reclaim our own history and to tell our own story so that we don't have to wait. We don't have to get mad because folk are distorting our story. No, we're taking ownership. We're telling our own story, and we're showing young boys and young girls how real men and women are supposed to conduct themselves in the 21st century, right? And so that's how we create the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Repetition.
That's a good.
I love repetition. I do. I love repetition. That's how I learn.
The more support we get from people, the more we can do. And I'm in the process now of training young folk, training my replacements so that we can be at this site for the next 100 years. Everybody's in Egypt right now. The French, the German, the British, the Polish, the Italians, the Dutch. Everybody's in Egypt. Why? Because that's where the knowledge is. That's where the power is. And we are there now too. Right? And we need to stay there, and we need to show them that African people are in a position to reclaim our own history and to tell our own story, so that we don't have to wait. We don't have to get mad because folk are distorting our story. No, we're taking ownership. We're telling our own story, and we're showing young boys and young girls how real men and women are supposed to conduct themselves in the 21st century, right? And so that's how we create the future.
Well, I think that's a good one. Any closing words? Anything that you want to impart upon our people at all? You know you've done it for us a couple times anyway, man. But just in closing, is there anything that you like to?
Well, let me just thank you, man, for doing what you've done and acknowledging the people whose lives have favorably impacted yours, and then favorably impacting the lives of others. Pass it on, man. We're all here to help each other, right? Nobody can do it by themselves. And if we're working together as a collective unit, we will transform the world again. So just work together, man.
We appreciate you, man. We love you, and anything that you have to say, anything that you got, you are a part of our family. We're building something. You are one of the foundations. You are one of the pillars of what we're building. We love you, respect you, and appreciate you, man. And you can always come back.
Regina Davenport, the co-host. Charlene Robinson is the co-host. Yes. Oh, that was so beautiful. I don't know where I set my notebook at. I set it somewhere. It's so many of them. Yes, because I'm here to learn and to teach. That's what he said. To share. Yeah, I'm here to share what I'm learning with us. With us. I'm here to share what I'm learning with us. Any other people that, that come out there, it is right there all along. Y'all see how little that notebook is? Here it is, right here, this whole time. Yeah, I got to get him a bigger notebook. We're going to have to get our brother Anthony a bigger notebook. Anthony Browder. But look what I seen yesterday, and I bought it. I sure did. I like the little simple things in life, y'all. Look. Y'all see that mothership? Oh, my ancestors. I don't know. I just know that's a mothership right there. Now, the bulb, I don't know. It's just amazing. Somebody suggested these might be guitar strings. I think it's kind of like the frequencies, the frequency levels of this universe right here. I might have to think about it. I just got it. It is beautiful though. Look at that. Look. The mothership. The mothership. Ain't that amazing? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't take my summer. We need the sun. I need the sun. Yeah, that right there alone resonated with me. The mothership resonated with me. And don't take my summer. I need the sun. Yeah. I need the sun. I love the sun. That's my battery. This is Anthony Browder right here. It's just time. It's so amazing. There's nothing else that you would want to give your time to. Once you start knowledge, doing the due diligence. Once you start your journey of learning, knowledge, true knowledge, it ain't nothing else you're going to want to spend your time with, Black America. And, I'm just here to help Black people. I'm here to help my people, Black people. I'm a Black woman. Everything that I have learned as a Black woman has been wrong. It's been off. It's been wrong by design. Everything been done to us by design. Ain't that some bullshit? And now look at the whole world on fire and stuff, Don't nobody know what's going to happen. Everybody worried. Everybody just, on edge, and they damn near panicking. White folks at any minute now might just get outraged. And, it's just a whole lot of shit that's going on, honey. But we can't let that worry us. No. We can't let that worry us. Because we're bigger than this whole existence right here on earth. We are. That's what I've learned. That we are bigger than this whole existence right here on earth. Your mind, Black America. Our mind, because mine used to be there. Stuck in this little bitty circle right here. making that the end, the all and all of everything, that was a lie. You got this whole expansive realm of knowledge out there. I mean, just knowing that Black people been here 290,000 years on this planet by ourselves, without white folks. Without white folks. And white folks only been here like 8,000 years. Our archaeological excavator, he's a scientist, an archaeological scientist, and he the one that's telling us now. The geneticists, the white folks that are the scientists in their big laboratories and stuff, they have decided, they discovered, I guess they decided to make it public, because you can go look it up. But geneticists have discovered that, let me just read how I wrote it. Africa's been on this planet 300,000 years alone. I got this from Anthony Browder in part 1. And he said geneticists, they also learned that the African genes that mutated lost their melanin content, and they became white or Caucasians. And those genes, they ain't but 7,000 to 8,000 years old. In other words, white folks ain't even that long. White folks ain't even got a fortnight in the existence of time on Earth. Right here. Yep. So, for me to keep believing that Jesus and God in heaven, they white, they waiting on us and stuff in heaven, that's where we're going to when we die and stuff. I don't believe none of them lies. No more. No more. I got out of that circle. You in it by yourself now, Black America. But I just come back to let you know what I've been learning from our greatest minds that resonate with the multiverse. And yeah, you've been lied to. You've been lied to. Yep. It's like you got a 290,000 year head start. And then to be up under everybody. Because white folks done taught everybody how to paddle on top. But you know how when you watch football and stuff, I ain't even into sports and stuff, but I see how everybody be tackling that quarterback. Well, that's how everybody's done attacked you and done jumped on you, Black America. Everybody on you. Africa, Black America, and Black Africa. Everybody just act like y'all the quarterbacks and just pound on top of us and stuff. And that's how it is. That's why we trying to get up. We trying to wake up. But we here in America are so traumatized from, all of the, I really don't, all the ravageness that our people have gone through. Geneticists, he said that them geneticists, they done found a new body of science y'all call epigenetics. And it's just a study of your body, your DNA. Your body got a memory. Our DNA, our bone marrow. I guess I'm still researching it myself, but it's got a memory. Going back to 30,000 years that they can find at the time of this right here. But they constantly digging, studying, scraping, trying to learn, trying to get to our essence. So, they probably got, information that we store this information longer, past 30,000 years if we've been here 300,000 years. This whole thing right here, honey, I'm just like, whoa. Hey, it's some shit they ain't told me. It's a lot of stuff. My own teachers that I thought we had a trustworthy relationship with when I was in school. Yeah, somebody need to call my phone or something. Miss Marilyn and say, yeah, Face, I remember you. And make things right. If you're still living, and you have helped, assisted, even silently condoned what you were teaching to Black kids, Black women, Black men and stuff when they were young and stuff, and you weren't teaching them right and stuff, you're supposed to make that right for them because you the part of the reason why Black America stuck in this mindset. Yeah. That she ain't got to call me on the phone unless it really resonate with her. But if she's still alive, I'm just saying, everything that's being revealed now is showing that white folks don't even deserve our trust no more, Black America. No, they ain't earned it. They haven't earned it. They do not deserve it as far as I'm concerned. So don't, and I know I'm gonna all that say, yeah, I'm on the ancestor side too. But wait a minute, Face. No, it ain't no wait a minute. If you can't straddle the fence right here, and I don't want you to, you ain't got both of your legs on the side where the ancestors at, then yeah, well, put both of your legs on the other side. Now there. Ain't no need laying down there crying and stuff. Just get up and walk the other way. Yeah. Everything been a lie. They have lied to us about everything. They ain't told us the truth about nothing. I ain't seen nothing they told us the truth about. Some of this stuff that they talking about with the cosmos, with the skies and stuff might be true in the first universe. The first universe is huge too. It ain't just one universe. It's 12 universes. It's a multiverse. Multi might be 16. See, my math teacher didn't even give me the fundamental, information that I needed. How big is a multiverse? What is multi? A dozen is 12. I'm going to write it in this book so I can eventually look it up sometime, when I'm just reading through the book and stuff. Let me just write what's a multiverse. And that way I'll be able to let us know, because they just taught me about this one universe. Yeah, I feel betrayed. I do. My people may not feel betrayed, but I do. I sure do. And that's why I'm doing the knowledge, because I want to know, I want to learn. And as far as blasphemy, because I blaspheme too, I felt like it. Yeah, it took me a long time. It took me a couple of months to get over that shit. Then I had to just realize, hey, don't my God, don't my higher power want me to know the truth? Wouldn't my higher power want me to know the real truth? Why my higher power gonna be mad at me? Because I'm trying to see if this is really what happened. If this is really for the benefit of me. And it wasn't. It was not. And that's when I was sure, I was confirmed that, yeah, white folks done lied. It's time to study everything. It's time to unlearn and relearn. And that's where I started. I don't know. I just gave myself permission to. And that's all I had to do. Give myself permission to. And you come from the cosmos, Black America. I don't even know, how to really get us to understand this. That there is no heaven and hell. You ain't going to go to no lake of fire and burn forever and ever. No, Black people, white folks might go to the lake of fire and burn forever and ever. But, I'm not even saying they're going to go to the lake of fire. This is hell. If anybody go to any lake of fire, though, it should be white folks. It's going to be white folks. They just done scared us into thinking it's us. What have you done? What have Black people done collectively to deserve to go to the lake of fire forever and ever and ever? See, white folks done lied to you. They done lied to you. Professor James Smalls, the reasoning I've learned from him, Professor James Smalls, pastor psychologist, Dr. Ray Hagens, Dr. Francis Chris Wells, Dr. Joy DeGry, now Professor Dr. Anthony Browder. He's an excavator. I don't really know his titles today. He may not even need their degrees and diplomas and stuff. Because hell, I ain't even got none of them. But them two on the wall right there. But they ain't the educational degrees and stuff like y'all may have. So I don't know what his title would be if he even got one. I just know he got the knowledge that we need. Everything can't be on a white system, the white mindset for success. You only successful, as far as white folks have taught us, if you got, the fancy clothes, name brands, the big old mini mansion, the 6, 7, 9 figure bank account, but that's not even success. No, that's not even success. That's man-made shit. That's man-made shit. It's just man-made comfort. That's all. You got them riches and stuff so you can make your life comfortable and assist your family with that financial wealth, that financial success. When we become educationally successful and we learning stuff, see, that's wealth. We're supposed to teach it, give it, share it to our other people. That's what we're supposed to be doing. That is success. That is wealth. When you can help somebody learn and give them another train of thought that's detrimental to their existence. It's detrimental to our existence right here. I mean, everything that's going on and stuff, we are literally causing our own demise and prolonging white America's life. And I don't think white America even want to prolong their life like they say, because why? We got all this anti-life creations that they have built up. Indeed, look, few years they've been here. Ain't even been, well, that video was 4 years ago. I say, and they were 7,000 to 8,000 years old then. So they 7,000 to 8,000. I say they probably 10,000 years old now. I don't know. I got to catch up. You know, I mean, it's just, yeah, so much learning to do. But because we're from the cosmos, I just want to explain to you. Professor James Smalls, you can go on YouTube and look it up. The reasoning. There's a video, Wisdom, Knowledge, and Understanding. And he taught that the Africans refer to God as the totality of creation itself. That means everything. Everything that's alive, that's got life in it. I know religion will have you thinking that tree out there ain't even a live tree. Religion will have you thinking that that tree is not alive. That tree is like the concrete. That's what religion will have you thinking and believing. That tree is alive. That's alive being out there. It's a tree. And it's alive. Religion will have you go out there and cut that tree down so you can go make you some paper and write on it. That's what religion will have you doing, have you thinking. It ain't nothing wrong with cutting down them trees. Yes, it is. Them trees are fundamental to life on this planet. Yep. Instead of cutting them trees down and stuff, see, if we'd been learning and listening to our ancestors when they were here and after they transcended, you know, went to the afterlife with the other ancestors, we would have learned that, yeah, we would have been outraged. How dare y'all cut down all these trees? When all you got to do is pick the leaf off of it. And yeah, pick the leaves off of it. They could have, you know, white folks would have mass produced if we had a honed in on Mary McLeod Bethune's. I was thinking about Mary Booth. Yep, Mary Booth. She was a little girl too, y'all. Yep. But Mary McLeod Bethune, if we'd have honed in on all of our ancestors' teachings and the black prints. See, they ain't blueprints. Brother Anthony Browder just said that Dr. Francis Cress Wilson gave him the blueprint to make all the articles that he made and stuff. She literally told him, you know, how the lines, each sentence would be 12 words and all that. I didn't even write it down, but you know, I wanted to. That was a black print. That was the black print, the blueprint that we see as the blueprint, rough drafts, you know. But if only we had to listen then and now to our ancestors and stuff, you ain't got to cut down that live tree out there. No. You know, if we learned how to do this, white folk would have been mass producing. They would have been mass producing trees to get the leaves so they can write, they can document all the horror and the savageness that they did in America. You know, and the other uses of trees, you know, making toilet paper, I guess, you know. But the thing is that you ain't got to cut down nothing alive to get the benefit from it. See, you don't. But, you know, that's religion for you. You know, who created religion? Because black people didn't. We spiritual. Now, knowing about the totality of creation, and they go for the waters, all the animals, the insects, the bugs, the worms, everything that's alive, it's alive. Okay, it's alive. So that all of that, the totality of creation is in you. It's in you, Black America. Yes, and everybody else too. Everybody got some life in them too. Everybody else can go ground. They can take their shoes off and walk on the ground, the soil and stuff, and they can ground to some of the elements and the minerals in the soil. That's true. They can. They're alive. Everybody come from you, Black America, Black people. So, of course, they can get some of the gifts, the talents that the cosmos have bestowed upon us because they came from us. So, of course, they're going to get a little bit of it. Why wouldn't they? You know, it's what they've done with it, you know, that we should be paying attention to. See, look at this right here. Let me see how I can get you to see this. Yeah. It's going to be nice. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. How I see it. Oh, good day. Good day, King Crimes, RS. Turtles and the Hair Syndrome. I guess. I don't know. We've been late. Yep. Sophia Stewart, creator of The Matrix, and Dr. Francis Cress Wilson. Mm-hmm. Yes, nothing but knowledge. Nothing but knowledge. But look here, this is what I was saying. Because all people did come from us, black people. See, this right here be us with all our gifts from the cosmos. Other people did come from us. They did. So, yeah, they are able to get a little fraction of all of them gifts and them talents. You know, they can't get all of it. But because they come from us, they can get some of it. They can get a little bit of it. It might not even be much. But they can get some of it. You know, we're not saying that other. I'm not saying. I don't think our creative thinkers, our experts and scholars, I don't think they saying that, you know, white folks, non-melanin folks cannot get some of the greatness, because they can. They came from us. They just can't dominate it. You know, they've claimed it like it's theirs, but it's not. It's not. You know, that's how I see it. It is not, and it never will be. You know, we just believe in them more than we believe in us. In other words, he said everything that makes up God is in you. It's in everybody else. We just talked about that. Most humans now break down to over 400 elements and minerals. Most humans. And you about know who that is. The ones that were created first. See, the first ones is the supreme ones. The first ones is the supreme ones. White folks, they ain't never been supreme. They lied to you. They lied to me, my mama, my grandmama, my great-grandmama. They lied to our whole collective that they were supreme, and they not. They not. They actually like the very last. You know, they just took over and made themselves first. White folks was created last, in my opinion, you know, yeah. When I looked at that timeline, shit, they was almost at the end of where we at today. But I'm about that timeline because I want to know. Yeah. And he said that most humans break down to over 400 elements and minerals. And all those elements and minerals, y'all, can be found in the cosmos and the ecology. It can be found in the cosmos, the skies, the multiverse. And it can be found in the soil. Yeah. And that's you, Black America. You are the most humans that it's talking about. I write this word for word. But when he said most humans break down to over 400, he talking about black people. White people, I don't know. Somebody said in one of the other videos, you know, they break down a little less and stuff. I guess you were trying to say, yeah, they break down to maybe 200 elements. 250, 350 elements. I just seen it and, you know, man, I kept going, but I did take note of it. I'm going to go back and look at it because I know white folks don't break down to over no 400 elements and minerals that's making the cosmos, the ecology, you know, that sustains life itself. White folks don't break down to that. White folks lie. White folks manipulate. See, that's what white folks doing. And they using religion, black folks, to keep you dumbed down. Yeah, religion. Religion is the path to understanding divinity. I didn't know either. That's why when I seen it and stuff, I started taking notes. That's what we got to do. Just start taking notes. Give your mind, yourself, a chance to know something different. Yeah, to know something different. Religion is the path to understanding, to the understanding of divinity. Now, divinity is the knowledge of cosmology and ecology, which we just explained, talked about. And what's your relationship to it? What's your relationship to the soil and the skies? It's you. You were manifested, literally made a man, made a woman out of the cosmos. Now, I don't know if you was a star, if that's how the black woman would manifest it, if a star just hit the soil, hit the earth, and it manifested as a woman. I don't know. I don't believe in, you know, the black woman came from Eve, from Adam, that they took a rib from Adam and made the woman. I don't even believe that. I don't believe that nonsense. Nope, I do not believe it. If that did happen, then why did all of a sudden life started or ended up being from a womb? But it started out being from a bone. You said it's real. So why did it go from being the real to now all life come through the womb? See, it was a lie. That's how my mind think. It was a damn lie. It was a kind of like really magnificent, exceptional lie, but it was manipulative. It was wrong. So, get over thinking that you blaspheming because you got to learn the truth, Black America. If you don't learn the truth, you trapped here in this realm of earth, and you're going to be trapped in heaven with white folks again. John Brown going to be up there in heaven with you, trying to tell white folks, let them go. Him and his 2 sons, because he took his sons with him to try to, talk to his people, free the slaves. This slavery got to stop. They are men. And them white folks lynched him and his sons and stuff. They did a little bit more, I imagine, to them black bodies. But them white bodies, they did kill them too. So be okay with giving yourself acceptance to do the knowledge. That's what Dr. Ray Hagan said is dedicated ignorance. Because we dedicated to staying ignorant. We dedicated to believing and living like white folks need us to believe. They need us to believe what they've lied to us and what they've manipulated. But look here, anybody can steal something. And when you steal something, you don't just go steal something and leave it outside. You steal something because you plan on using it to your benefit, making it work for you. And see, that's how white folks have done. So you got the Black American, you got to give yourself permission to do this knowledge. I mean, y'all, I don't know how to say it to us and stuff. Y'all just can't be fearful your whole life on this planet. We can't. We cannot be fearful. Malcolm X said that we scared to bleed. Yeah, we scared to bleed. We scared to lose anything. We scared to lose that job. Scared to lose them friends. And ain't none of that even really, pro-life. We just need a home. We need to take care of ourselves and stuff. But we just here for a minute. We just here on this planet for a hot minute. And then we got that whole multiverse up there, y'all, to spend our entire energetic being as. We just energy. We are energy. If you want to, you can come back to Earth. If you want to. But you got to break your mindset, Black America. White folks got us doing everything like them. We live like white folks. We breathe like white folks. We talk like white folks. We getting where we cooking like white folks and stuff, Yeah. Yes. We eating like white. We breathing like. Our nose going to be this little if we keep on the way we keep it on. And then you look out and you see white folks, they cooking like us. Yeah, white folks is cooking like us now, dancing like us, talking like us, looking like us. So, you got to think all of this manipulation and stuff. I do. All this manipulation and stuff, is it going to flip around and someday white folks going to be the new black? I just have to wonder. That's why Dr. Ray Hagan, he coined it. Our self-hate against ourselves. We can't even talk to us to let us know, hey, something wrong. White folks been lying. White folks is some motherfucking manipulatives. Did you know what white folks did to us? Is this why we can't get along? We can't even talk to us like that. Because soon as somebody say something about white folks, there you go getting in your feelings. And so, don't you say nothing about Miss Jenkins. You don't say nothing about Miss Jenkins' face. But somebody got to say it. Because we ain't heard nobody else telling us these things. We ain't heard nobody. We learned that knowledge and kept it to ourselves. Yep. We learned that knowledge. Black America did. A whole lot of us already knew about Dr. Francis Cress Wells. And a lot of us kept it to ourselves and stuff instead of going out teaching us. Some of us that did go out and teach us about Dr. Francis Cress Wells and stuff, they were like pushed to the back. Pushed to the back. How many of us, I bet, don't even know about these same people right here, right now, all this time? How come your pastors don't know about Dr. Ray Hagan's? I'm not a pastor, but yeah, you can tell your pastor about me and tell him about Dr. Ray Hagan's first. So yeah, when he come to me and stuff, at least he'll already be on some tip of understanding. Because if he ain't, then I'm going to have to tell him. That yeah, we as a people, Black people, we must start the process of undoing or reversing the ideas and concepts that have been programmed into the minds of our people by the religious statements and church doctrines. I know I got some pastors in my family. Yep, I know. And if he's there, then he need to shut up and listen too. Because obviously, cousin, you don't even know. If you did know, you the problem. You the problem, yep. By the religious statements and church doctrines that have caused us to adopt a belief system that has resulted in our loss of contact with what is real, factual, historical, and spiritual. Yep. And when I say us, that's because I did believe like y'all taught us, like our pastors taught us stuff. I sure did. After I got into that mindset of stop questioning, stop asking, then yeah, I did too. Okay, it is what it is then. I can do it too. Yep, And but then the funny thing about it, I lived my whole young adult life. I thought we were Baptists. My mom said we were Methodists. So I was always wrong on the wrong end of religion anyway. I didn't resonate with it. But I knew not to kill, steal, and destroy. The Bible didn't do that for me. My mama taught me those things. My mama taught me those things. So, yeah, I ain't really seen nothing but manipulation from the Bible in my life and my people's lives. When I look at black folks, that's all I see, the manipulation of the Bible. I wish I could tell all our asses. I wish I could have a megaphone, that I'll be the trumpet that y'all need to hear that you're waiting on. Yep, and I have everybody lined up in a huge video right up there in that huge sky and stuff, if y'all be looking up, but you probably won't and stuff. So you can see archaeologist, Dr. Anthony Browder, Dr. Ray Hagan, psychologist, Dr. Francis Chris Wills. I have everybody back to back to back to back. I might have it on loop because we need to wake up. We need to wake up. I don't know. I'm just saying, if all of us do these things for each other, become the megaphone that our people need, we will wake up. We will start resonating and thinking about something. It might take a few hours, a few days, a few weeks, who knows? But somebody will be like, hey, what if it is a multiverse out there and it ain't just one universe? Can you imagine that seed that Dr. Anthony Browder, Brother Anthony Browder was talking about? See, we got to be the ones to do this. The Bible done taught us that we know good. See, that's them religious statements and church doctrines. We ain't no good. Who ain't no good? If anybody ain't no good, it's white folks' motherfucking asses. Don't be telling us that we ain't no good. Got our little babies in church and stuff. Little bitty baby, 3 months old, 3 years old, 13 years old, and the pastor. You sitting there telling us that we ain't no good. We got a wicked heart. We sinners. Sister sitting there holding that beautiful little baby she done named Star. And we sitting there listening to the pastor. Yeah, she a sinner. You're going to have to teach her right. Because we ain't even thinking. Yeah, cousin. Yeah, I know I know you the pastor now, but it's time for you. Dr. Ray Higgins, he's still the pastor. He's still a pastor. But he's telling us the truth that we need to know. See, he ain't got to teach religion and keep our mind in here. He letting us know, honey, it's so much more to know. So we can get up out of this. Pastor is just a title. Pastor is just a title. Your people that really love you in your church and come there for you and stuff, they're going to listen and they ain't going to leave your church, cousin. They're going to stay in your church because they know now you teaching them something that their mind can use. You teaching them how to get out of that circle right there. And everything that's in that opening right there, that all of that expansion that they don't know, that's going to help them progress. It's going to inspire them to think outside the box. For our little bitty babies, oh, honey, it's going to ignite their minds. They finna start creating. They finna start building. But see, we got to be able to give us the permission. Then they told us we under a curse. Honey, the only curse black people is in is under white folks. That's the only curse black folks got, being under white folks. Listening to white folks, trusting white folks, following white folks. White folks give us anything, we put it right on our head. Yep. All y'all wearing that Decolonizing weave and stuff, you better research that stuff. That stuff got a chemical that causes cyst and liver damage. It's called acrylonitrile. Acrylonitrile. Yeah, it's a long ass word. They sound like a medicine that probably on your dresser right now. You got all them pill bottles on your dresser, all that medicine and stuff. But yeah, that Decolonizing weave, it's got a acrylonitrile. ACRYLONITRILE, acrylonitrile. Yeah, and it causes liver damage and cysts. So you start putting that shit in your baby's hair when she's what, 7, 8, 9 years old and stuff. By the time she's 17, 21, whatever, because we put them braids in there and leave it in for weeks. Some of y'all probably leave it in there months. I don't know. I don't wear it. I'm just saying. It's releasing chemicals into your baby's head that's causing cysts and liver damage. Ain't no telling what else. Everything that has been given to us that hides, shades, covers our natural self, honey, it's anti-life. It's anti-life. And then we want to say, oh, yeah, they diagnosed her with cysts. And she had diagnosed with liver damage when she was 14. That's because your ass was putting that shit in her hair. Them perms and stuff. I used to perm my hair too. That's why it won't grow long. My hair will not grow long, honey. I'm just not growing it back now. But it won't grow very long like our hair should. Yeah, I was doing perms and stuff every couple of months or whatever. Like Malcolm X said, it looks white, don't it? In the movie Malcolm X. It looks white, don't it, when they permed his hair and stuff. Honey, that stuff from them perms and stuff, it ain't doing nothing but seeping in our scalp, Black America. Wear your natural hair. Wear your afro. That's all you got to do, wear your afro. Yep, I'm waiting on mine to grow out. I'm going to get it trimmed up, and I'm going to be wearing my afro sometime too. But I don't do the perms no more. I try not to put no heat on my hair. I just use that little, go get you some African Pride. It's curl defining cream. That's mostly what I use on my hair, and I don't even have to use it every day because it just takes the natural curl texture of your hair and then curl it up. Simple as that. Then you get you some grease and put on there and stuff and give it some shine to it, and keep it kind of soft. I'm just saying, we got to do and learn everything for us now. Yeah. You got to unlearn everything. Everything that you thought you knew, it was a lie. Yep. Dr. Ray Hagen, the psychologist, he said that in the definition of its true purpose, the true purpose of religion, y'all, pastor, cousin, ask your pastor too. He said that religion may be defined as a cultural, psycho-philosophical vehicle of spiritual and intellectual enslavement. Oh, I know y'all ain't gonna want to hear that, and you're probably gonna say, well, Faith, it said it may be. Well, it's still a possibility. The word may is possible. It's still a possibility. Now, when you look at history, white folks' history and black folks' history, what do you see as far as religion going? What do you really see when you think about and look at history? Be true to yourself. You ain't got to answer to me and to everybody else. Just answer to yourself. What do you see when you think about, you love, you look, you embrace, you support, because you tithe every Sunday to religion? You should see the cultural. It's a white folks thing. It ain't us. We spiritual. We are a spiritual persons. We are spiritual people. You should see that religion is a cultural, psycho-philosophical. Psycho mean crazy as hell. That's what I seen it. Philosophical, I'm still looking that word up and stuff when I get to it. But I know psycho is crazy as hell. It's a vehicle of spiritual and intellectual enslavement. That right there in itself. Enslavement, your spiritual and intellectual self is enslaved. You still enslaved. Your spirit enslaved and your intellect. Yeah. That's what it says right there. And he said religion ain't got but two endings, y'all. Ain't got but two ends. The first one is the culture and racial superiority of the people who created it. We didn't create religion, white folks did. We did not create religion, white folks did. White folks created, say whatever you want to say. Religion been around forever and ever and ever. Yeah, all of them have. All the other ones have too. Because it ain't just Jesus. No, it ain't just your Jesus, honey. You got Krishna out there. You got Buddha, Mohammedanism, which is Islam. They changed it from Mohammedanism to Islamism, Islamic. Yeah, you got all these Christ-like deities. You got Odysseus, Romulus, Dionysus. You got Zoroaster. I just learned about Zoroaster. Yeah, it's Zoroaster, and it's like the oldest, one of the oldest religions, y'all, still being practiced today. Yep, and then you got Horus, born of the Virgin Isis. So all of them. If you're gonna call on one, you probably should have just been calling on all of them, Black America. Yeah, because it's all still inside of that circle right there. It's all inside of that circle. Maybe instead of just calling on one, if you'd have been calling and praying to all of them, then Black America, you wouldn't be in here. But see, everybody think that, all of y'all think that y'all God, y'all higher power is the answer, is the truth, is the way. When white America already done said it. Yeah, white America already done told us, we just not thinking about it. Yeah, but let's read the 2 end goals before we move on and stuff, because I'm going outside today. Yeah, the cultural and racial superiority of the people who created it, and it wasn't us. That's why we see white folks as the better, the innocent, the pure, the light, the love, the generous, the most faithful ones and stuff. We see white folks in all of that positivity. I don't know how you explain it and stuff, but yeah, we see white folks as the all. Yeah, they get everything. They so favored. They ain't never struggling. Because they so favored. They God, they Jesus. That's how we see them. Because religion puts them into the level of being superior. Now us, honey, religion paralyzed our, I got it right here, the paralysis of analysis. To those who believe in it. Religion paralyzes our connection to think. Yeah, religion shuts down our thought processes. We can't think. No, we can't think. Y'all haven't been thinking. You just been going along inside of this circle right here. You might be going back and forth, going around, going up and down, going side to side, going diagonal, but you stay inside of this circle, Black America. And that's our undoing. That's our undoing. We got to get ourselves out of this circle. Yep, we got to get ourselves out of this circle. We cannot remain inside there. Dr. Ray Hagen said the space inside this circle represents everything that I think I know about whatever I think I know. I must, I'm trying to memorize it too. Yep, everything I think I know is depicted right here within this circle. I must keep in mind, see that? I must keep in mind that there is more to know than what is within the circumference of my awareness. That's what he said. He's the psychologist. He's the pastor. His resonate and makes sense too. It just depends on what is your grandest, greatest, most hopeful, wanted success out of life. I guess that's how you would put it. Where do you want to spend the rest of your life? You gonna stay weary and scared and fearful about heaven and hell? Or do you want to give yourself, your essence, your energy a chance to be free in the multiverse? It depends on you individually. We try to wake us up collectively because we all need to know this knowledge that we have been hidden from. It's been hidden from us. We all need to know these things so we can give ourselves a chance. Now, if after you done learned, Black America, if after you done learned and you still decide, I don't care what Faith and them say. I don't care what Anthony Browder and Dr. Ray Higgins and Dr. Francis Chris Wilson say. I don't care what Dr. George DeGrasse say about white folks being evil. I don't care that George Fraser said white folks is insane and that Tony Browder, the greatest, most brilliant mind, said that racism is insanity. I don't care what nobody said and stuff. I'm going to heaven to be with Jesus. Then take your ass on up there. But that willingness is going to keep you up there. You ain't going to be free. That willingness to go, being so dedicated, so committed to going to heaven, that's where you're going to be trapped at. That's where you're going to be trapped at. Yeah, we're getting ready to read. I want to say that all of our loved ones that, we forgave their slaughter. We forgave their lynchings. We forgave them being burnt and dragged through the whole town like Jesse Washington was, 17-year-old Jesse Washington. Yeah, they dragged Jesse through the whole town and stuff after they had manipulated and coerced him into committing to a crime that he didn't even do. Yeah, then they tortured him because they were able to get him to say he did something that he didn't even do. And they know he didn't do it. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and keep, and hold on to that forgiveness that you got for all of that and stuff, yeah, you done put them in heaven too by that forgiveness. We done trapped them. And that seemed odd to me that my mind just started thinking. So we trapped Emmett Till and them, we trapped their pain and suffering right here in this realm. We trapped their pain and their suffering right here because we forgave it. We forgave it. We haven't tried to teach about it to stop any similarities of it from happening. We haven't tried to confront white America that y'all asses ain't never even had no kind of addressing, condoning, or nothing, or criticism, or what is it when you chastisement? That's what I'm looking for, because of what you did to nobody. So see, when we just automatically forgave everything and moved on with our lives and stuff, we trapped their suffering here. We trapped that suffering here. And then we forgave them so much because we're so powerful. Black people, we're so powerful. And white folks done used all of our power and done directed it to that one place. So, when all of them died and suffered, all of them were murdered. And in our forgiveness and stuff, and they didn't know. I'm pretty sure they didn't know then either. They were calling on Jesus and God. I know they was. Who could sit there and somebody cutting off your fingers, your toes, your protruding parts on your body, coming up just digging fleshes of meat out of you? Who wouldn't be calling on the higher power that they know? And y'all want me to think, oh, you just got to keep calling on Jesus. Just keep calling on Jesus. Call on God. For what? He ain't came yet. He didn't come. He didn't come and save nobody that was calling on him to come and save us. Get these people away from me. Please, Jesus, don't let them cut off another finger. So now I don't believe nobody coming back here. It's a lie. It's a whole lie that was taught to my people. But if you take your ass on up there to heaven willingly, that's where you're going to be at, trapped forever and ever and ever, because heaven ain't got no back door. Not for black people. Not for black people. You better wake up. You better wake up. This is the end right here. I ain't trying to scare y'all, fearmonger y'all, or nothing, but wake your motherfucking asses up. Shit, we still sitting here going through the same old shit, breathing and playing possum in this burning ass house, want to look out of one eye just to see who over there and stuff, but then gonna lay right back down in the burning house that Martin told us about. If Martin could have told us, he would have told us, y'all black people, I can hear his voice every time I be wanting to tell y'all what he would have said to us. He know I hear his voice, but I can't talk like Martin. But Martin would have told our motherfucking asses to judge white people now by their culture. Judge them by their motherfucking cultures. That's what Martin would have told us if he had another chance to say anything to black people. Because he did tell us he led us into a burning house. Harry Belafonte said it. I seen his video a couple of weeks ago. Yep, Harry said it. That's what Martin told him. I know he would have told us that. Yeah, if I ever get his voice down, he give it to me like that, I'm going to tell it to y'all, but I'm going to say it anyway. Martin meant to tell us before he left here to judge white people by their character, by their culture, by their culture. Yeah, that don't mean shit, all of them, we see they trying to revert back to how they been, that cannibalistic instinct. They reverting back to that. But it's still some of us around us in our immediate life, around us, that they ain't doing it yet. They ain't doing it. So, judge people by their character when you meet them and stuff. But Black America, you must keep your eyes on the culture of white America, see. You got to keep your eyes on the culture. You know how, like, when you see a black person run, we do. When I see a black person run, I'm finna run too, I find out when I get a few steps up there and stuff, because I can run backwards. I don't know about you now. Some of us can't even walk and chew gum at the same time. But yeah, I can walk, I can chew gum, I can spin backwards and walk. Yeah, walking backwards is it's energetic for you anyway. It's a benefit for you anyway. But yeah, I can do that shit. So yeah. But that's how it is with white folks. Their culture just takes it all on. And it's like a swarm. That's how it was when I was reading these books. They work like a swarm. They move like a swarm. So just because we see those in our immediate surroundings and stuff, they seem like still the same old Sabrina. Oh, that's Karen over there. She going out to raise some hell. Who Karen trying to get locked up or killed today? But we got to look at their culture. We got to look at white folks' culture. It is what it is. Shit, don't be mad at me. Shit, hell, if you can't say it, then fine. Just sit back and shut up and listen. Yeah, but if you can't say it. We all done got ties and stuff with white folks, bonds with white folks, lives, babies, kids with white folks. But they the ones that lied. They the motherfucking ones that's done lied and manipulated us. So yeah, honey, ain't no need in none of they motherfucking asses trying to be mad at me, because I'm mad at y'all motherfucking asses. Sure wills, honey. You want to make anything right, you're best to go confront your white parents. Go confront your white parents, your white grandparents, and your great parents if they still alive. That's all I can say. But yes, it is what it is. Now let's read. And this right here is Dr. Claude Anderson and his son, Brant, Brant. More Dirty Little Secrets, volume number 2. About Black history, its heroes, and other troublemakers. I ain't got volume 1. If I get it, we're going to be doing a lot of repetition here. That's how I learn, repetition. Now, the first slave revolt in America, y'all, in his book, Before the Mayflower, and I think we done read this before because it's talking about the PD River, Lerone Bennett documented that the first and most successful slave revolt in North America occurred in 1526 on the San Miguel settlement near the PD River. That's in South Carolina. Spanish colonizer Lucas Vasquez de Ayllon founded the settlement. He had followed the ocean route of Amerigo Vespucci and landed at the mouth of the PD River in the winter of 1526. Ayllon was accompanied by 500 Spaniards and 100 enslaved Africans from Haiti. The settlement was short-lived because malaria took the lives of half the Spaniards, including Ayllon himself, and the enslaved Africans revolted. Yep, they set fire to the settlement and fled to live among native Indians. The remaining Spaniards fled America's east coast back to Haiti, allowing the 100 Black Africans to remain and establish the first permanent settlements within the confines of the present-day eastern United States. After the revolt, some Blacks remained along the PD River. However, most of them moved to Florida, which was Spanish territory, and built maroon colonies to avoid European whites. They didn't want to be around white people then. It said right there, to avoid European whites who began arriving in North America in the 1600s. A few Blacks migrated north along the eastern seaboard. In part, this explains the presence of 32 Black people in Jamestown, Virginia. Population records, though only 20 Black slaves had supposedly arrived in 1619 aboard a Dutch slave ship. It ain't got the name of the slave ship. The little-known PD River played an important role in the life and times of Black Americans. Over 2 centuries after the PD River Revolt, Stephen Foster wrote a song about the PD River and enslaved Blacks. His brother thought Foster should pick another river for the name of his song. After looking through an atlas, the brother came upon the Suwannee River in Florida and convinced Foster to change the song's title to Suwannee River. Thus, few Blacks have longed for their home on the old PD River. Suwannee River, I think I wrote that down somewhere. Oh, there was James Howard. In 1944, 15-year-old Willie James Howard was lynched. He was beaten. 15 in 1944 over a Christmas card, y'all. He gave a little white girl a Christmas card. I remember, I wrote it down right there. See, it's on there. Right there. In the red. Suwannee River. So see, white folks now, they don't get no mercy from me. They don't get no mercy from me. I ain't got none to give nobody. Man. All these stories right here, we don't even know nothing about these. Who of y'all is in some of these families with some of these white folks? Y'all better start doing your research, your knowledge. The best thing, the only thing you can do for your people, black people, right now, you got these mixed babies and your mixed families and stuff. You better decide whose lineage needs to live on. I don't know. If your husband love you that much, Brad love you that much, he'll tell you, yeah, you right. Yeah, you right. Ain't gonna be no face because I stay with mine, you know. But yeah, he'll let you know. You right, and we gotta make sure your lineage live on. That's it. That's all. That's what you've done. That's what you've done. You put yourself with the very ones who are using you, black people, to prolong their genetic survival. This is the genetic survival you are helping to live on by procreating, having your babies with white folks. It is what it is. Now, you may explain it another way, but this is how I explain it. And any white person that want to come in here on this live or comment or whatever, want to get on my live, my air, my show, my platform. Like y'all be saying this stuff, don't come up in my platform with that shit. But yeah, and want to say that I'm wrong, no, I'm not wrong. No, I am not wrong because who in your family, how far are they going back? Belongs to this culture right here. I know. I know this was 1919. It was a long time ago. But was that your great granddaddy? That's what I'm saying. Was this your great granddaddy? Oh, it was your great uncle. Oh, okay. Well, just be honest about it. Because the same DNA in me, the same body, the same memory my body got, my DNA, my bone marrow, all the junk information that your people, the European people, told us that we get rid of when we go to sleep and stuff. Your brain just gets it out and stuff. No, it don't. It ain't junk DNA for us. It ain't junk DNA for us. And then the DNA, the body's memory of my ancestors inside of me, your ancestors' memories inside of you. White folks, y'all got this clownimal instinct too. Y'all got this clownimal instinct too. See, you ain't got a lot of me that's not you. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't let it happen. You wouldn't condone it. Your mother, your father would never do that. Honey, stop with the lies. Stop with the lies to yourself so you can stop lying to us. And just tell black people, no, I love you enough. Jonas Hartfield. That's John Hartfield's great nephew. You know, yeah, I just made this story up so I can show us. You know, when we fall in love with them, how they don't have no unconditional love for us. Because if they did have unconditional love for us, somebody would say, no, I can't be with you. Peggy should have told Martin that. Martin Luther King. Martin was in love with a white lady named Peggy. Sure was. I just found that shit out. I just found it out. And Peggy should have told Martin. No, Martin, the way that hell, she was living in the times. She could have did it that time that Martin Luther King got his ass beat. You know, but yeah, I think he was married to the sister then, wasn't he? Yeah, but Martin was in love with that white woman. And there were black people that came and told Martin, Martin, you can't be with this woman. You can't marry this woman. You can't be with this woman. You here right now to help your people, black people. How's it going to look if you telling black people to do right, love and stuff, and to stand up for themselves? But you with this white woman. So Martin didn't marry the white woman and stuff. But how come her ass didn't tell him that? Why come Peggy didn't tell Martin? Martin, I love you too, and I know you love me, but you need to be with your people. Your people need you. My people are not worthy. Why come another black person had to come and tell Martin that? Because our mind is fucked up behind white America. We can't deal with white America no more. So anyway, yeah, with John Hartfield, his family would run out of town. White folks did that with 10,000 white folks. Came to Ellisville, where John was being hung at. And the newspaper said at 5 p.m. sharp, they let the schools out for these lynchings. Yeah, white folks were walking, running on motorcycles, bicycles. Pregnant white women walked at 5-6 miles to go to the lynching and stuff with their big bellies, little bitty girls and stuff. They even said that in John Hartfield's, I wrote it down, white kids were sitting in the tree looking at John while he was suffering and crying. And they done beat him so bad his eyes probably were closed shut, but he could hear them motherfuckers circling around him, growling, snarling, and slobbing and stuff, and cutting off. And I'm gonna get this right here. He can hear them throwing logs and shit, grabbing other branches off of trees because they were making a bonfire. And they were gonna put him on the fire, which is the picture that we see of Willie Brown. Same thing they did to John. The same thing they did to John. We don't know when he died, when he took his last breath. Was it before they threw him on the fire? Was it after they threw him on the fire? I mean, we don't know. Did they have his feet touching the ground so he wouldn't succumb to the oxygen cutoff just so they can inflict some pain on him? And he can't go nowhere. We don't know. We do not know. The very first time he said, Jesus, please just take me from here, Jesus should have did it. But we know that ain't happened. We know that ain't happened. Because before Mary Turner, before they even cut her baby out of her and stomped on her baby, you know she asked Jesus to come. You know she did. And they never came because it's a lie. We don't want, now we done put ourselves all so deep in with these people. Now we looking. We got to make it true. But it ain't true. We got to see our way out and the fuck away from white folks. I don't know how you gonna do it. You the one got all them kids with these folks. So the only thing y'all can do to be together is, hey, tell the truth about it. Who really deserves for their lineage to live on? Be true to yourself. Be true to the one that you say you love. And be true to them babies that you got. You know, that's for y'all that's already intermingled and stuff. Be true to them babies that you got. Let them babies know, yeah, you're going to love who you're going to love in this life. But let me give you a little information here. Let me just give you a little information here. And since ain't nobody had no motherfucking therapy, white folks ain't had no therapy. White folks ain't even listening to white folks. They ain't in heaven right now listening to John Brown. Hell, they in heaven right now ready to kill his ass again. And long as they can keep slaves coming up to heaven, you know, long as they can keep slaves coming up to heaven. So y'all, yeah, you better detour past heaven, honey, Black America. I don't know what to tell you. So you better just do your due diligence so somebody else can let you see that, yeah, it is more than heaven. So why white folks telling us always to come up to heaven? You better start asking yourself some questions and be honest with yourself. But you know, John Hartfield, what they did to John Hartfield, he was by himself. He was by himself. They burned his corpse. The governor, and the NAACP knew about John Hartfield being lynched because they put it, the newspapers always put it in the newspapers where they was at. Yep, where they was at. The newspapers always said it. Lynching 5 p.m. Wealthy Negro lynched. All kind of bullshit so they can give white folks time to get there. But my whole thing is the motherfucking NAACP, they asses knew in 1919 about John Hartfield. And you mean to tell me black men in the communities jailhouses to make sure that white mobs was not coming to the jailhouses, taking that black man and go lynching. The NAACP, y'all was supposed to do them things. Also, you weren't supposed to sit back and say, oh, well, the black men in the community, they'll go and rescue him and make sure that the white mob don't go get his body. How does that even work? But see, the NAACP, it was a manipulation too. I read about that too. The white woman, Mary Overton White, or whatever her damn name was and stuff, went to the meeting with W.B. Du Bois, Booker T. Washington. I forgot who it was. They had their own little non-profit organization and stuff. Her ass went there to the meeting, and there had been a brutal lynching. She went there to the meeting, was sitting in the back and shit, a white woman. Why they didn't tell her ass to get up and get out? This is men talking. I do not know. Fear of white folks, I guess. So they let her ass sit in there and stuff. What her ass did was all the notes she took, she went and took it back to the white man. So the white man, y'all got his notebook too somewhere. I got a whole bunch of notebooks now. So she took all of that information back to the white man, and the white man, they decided, oh, well, we finna build them a nonprofit, and we'll be able to keep an eye on what they doing, how they doing, when they doing it, and who they doing it to. So they created the NAACP. Yep. I don't know why I'm thinking Harvest Foundation, but I find it. See, I already got a lot of notebooks, and I buy more notebooks. But that's what she did. She went back and told them, the white men, what was going on in the black meeting. So they formed the NAACP. Then they went over there and they had to get W.B. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington them to agree to it. And, you know, whatever happened, happened. And that's why we got the NAACP instead of that first organization that Booker and them had. Yeah, that's what happened. So while the NAACP was claiming that, you know, there's nothing we can do, we're powerless to stop the white mob and stuff. No, you weren't powerless to stop the white mob. You were condoning and assisting. You were allowing the white mob to do these things. And see, this right here was 1619. This was 1919, June of 1919. I wonder what day was it? Was that my birthday? June the 7th? No, that was James Byrd. James Byrd in 1988 in Jasper, Texas. It's on YouTube. In 1988, my birthday, June the 7th, 1988, James Byrd. I know, right? Everybody's supposed to be in love and everything is over and done with. But see, white folks still got that instinct in their DNA. How else would you explain in 1988? 3 white men gave James Byrd a ride home, and they ended up pulling into this little grassy area, grassy knoll, they like to call it when they describing shit, you know. And they pulled into there, and James probably thought, you know, we all know each other, our family been here. His daddy was a prominent man in the movie. Yeah, Louis, what was his name? Louis Gossett Jr. was his dad in the movie. You know he played some fine movies. Sure do, honey. But so, you know, they all knew each other, and there was a little small town and stuff, you know, and James probably thought, yeah, we're going to just park here and drink a little beer and stuff. But the family back home was waiting on James. Now, the next morning, they were waiting on him for breakfast, but he didn't come. So, see, what happened was they were drinking a little beer and stuff, you know, and everybody talking and stuff. And all of a sudden, I imagine they just started attacking James Byrd. They just started attacking James, and they beat him and stuff. And then they tied him to the back of their truck and drove through the whole town. So you see, that memory is still in white folks' DNA too. It's got to be. How did that memory get out of their DNA? They body's memory, and ours didn't. See, it don't make no sense. See, religion got us thinking in the most forgiving and, you know, forgetful way, where we don't even contemplate nothing. We don't even critique nothing. It just, yeah, we forget. And that's it, and that's all. But James Byrd, what happened was the next morning, his family was getting ready to have breakfast, and they were waiting on James to come before they eat. And then the sheriff came up there and told them what happened to James Byrd. And then they told him, yeah, they drug his body. Yeah, they drug his body. Just like Jesse Washington, they drug his body. Just like John Hartfield, they drug his body and set it on fire, on a bonfire. You know, it's so much that's done happened with us and stuff. You know, and it ain't a bad thing for us to be learning about our history. How is it going to be a negative? Are you cursing us reading about this shit? No, you cursing yourself by not reading and learning about it. Then you wake up and say good morning. All of these people. And we don't want to learn about it. We don't want to give them our time and our attention. See, we do the work for us, to us. We doing what white America ain't even got to do no more. The only reason white America is waking up now, well, paying attention to us now, After all this time, it's because they know it's another awakening. We're in another awakening, and they know that the cosmos has woken up and has stepped in. Yeah, they got that heart machine out there manipulating the weather, but the cosmos is still the overall, the only controller. See, and that's why the cosmos done stepped in. It's a spiritual war now because white people, yeah, and all of their pawns, their allies, have created the greatest travesty against life itself. So the cosmos, who created the black woman and the black man, has said, no, this has gone on too long. Our manifestation, our creation, black people, cannot even function to defend themselves anymore. You know, the cosmos has given us ample time to stand up and say, no, white folks, y'all lying. You just babies. You done took everything you done stole. You done built it up and learned it and created this whole anti-life system going on here. And we're not part of it no more. We finna stop it in this track. See, we didn't do that. Nope. When we seen them, we knew about they were going over there killing after Oda Binka, the little black boy, our black son, our black brother that they had in them Bronx zoos and stuff. Even then, it was only protests that got him released from them zoos. Yeah, but the trauma was done to him. He ended up killing himself. He ended up shooting himself, you know. But as far as the pets of the planet, when we didn't even raise up to stop that, the pets of the planet was waiting on us to stop them. Right here in America and in Africa, them zebras and them elephants and the giraffes that they were just over there shooting and shit, the tigers, they were waiting on them in Africa to do it. But hell, then the animals was like, damn, they driving. They driving them here. So the animal waiting on us to wake up. Because see, the whole world waiting on Black America to wake up. Black America. Everybody waiting on you to wake up. But see, since you ain't done that because of your fear and your trauma of white folks, the cosmos done woke up now. The cosmos is here now, you know, trying to help us. And you need to call on them. Black America, you need to call on them. You know, it ain't my fault. I didn't even know none of this, because if I did, I would have been telling us. I'm not one to just be like, oh, don't fall in that hole right there, girl. No, I'll be like, girl, shit, let me take you around this way. Shit, you know. I know you see that hole right there. Jump over it. Walk around it. Go back the other way and take another detour. I don't know. But that's not in my DNA to not tell my people what's going on. What's going on? You know, if somebody really love you and stuff, shit, y'all really love each other, shit, decide who lineage gonna live on. Black America. That's all you gotta do. If Sabrina motherfucking ass really love you, all right, we'll teach our babies to don't procreate with white folks. They got to do that for us. It's not for them. Of course, she gonna want to have babies. That's what women do. We got wombs because we'll have that mother craving to have life, to birth life. But that don't mean you got to go be with Sabrina, knowing, yeah, she's gonna want to have some babies. You probably will too. That'll be the culmination of both of y'all. So yeah, if you feel like, yeah, we gonna be together, we want to be together, we want to live together and stuff, decide who motherfucking lineage finna live on. White folks, this evil, cannibalistic, savage ravishness, or your own ancestors, your own people who create, who invent, who propel, who progress life. It ain't that hard to decide. Hell, and if Sabrina tell you, no, Jonas, we're going to give our babies the equal opportunity to love who they love, then tell her ass to go find somebody else. Because we, black people, need to make sure that we live on. We need to make sure our lineage lives on. At this point right here, honey, we solving white folks' fear of their white genetic survival. That's what we doing. That's what y'all doing. I had my black babies. I had black babies. And I'm here to heal my people. That's why we're here. I think that we're here on this planet for two reasons, y'all. to have black babies and to heal our people. That's it and that's all. We're not here to save white America. We're not here to help white America live on and on and on. For what? What have they shown us? What have they shown us to prove that they are pro-life? Building up some motherfucking robots? What? Some goddamn humanoid robot that gonna look like you? Or, well, that one man that had 20,000 robots of his self-made. So, yeah, black America, just fucking decide. Whose side you on? I mean, it can't be that difficult once you just decide, yeah, you know, I'm going to be loyal to me. I'm going to be loyal to my people, to my ancestors. How can you even look at your baby in the eyes and think to yourself, yeah, she can marry a white man if she want to. It don't matter, Faith. You love who you love. Stop being ignorant. Because your ass scared to teach your kids what they need to know. I'm just saying. Shit, y'all ass as hell. You're too damn scared. Y'all the ones telling everybody, God didn't give us no spirit of fear. Oh, honey, fear don't live here. Stop lying. You hiding behind all that religious bullshit like you the most bravest, the most loyal, the most generous. Giving all that shit to white folk. That's what you're doing. Giving everything to white folks. But let's read, because, yeah, I'm going outside there. I'm going to get on up out here in U.S. too. Ooh, what about the first black bank? I think we read about the first Pony Express. Yeah. Then we read about the first race war. Ooh, so, yeah, let's go with the first black bank. Today, black Americans are often criticized for not being thrifty and not saving a greater portion of their income. Hell, because white America put out that documentary or whatever it called, How to Market to a Negro. Made everything that they ass got that ain't even worthy, don't even resonate with us. They made it look good. Made it look just like gold. That's why we can't save nothing. Everybody want to run out and get the next Nike. Get the new Nike. Get the new Jordans. I don't know. Get your name brands. You got the shirt. You got the pants, you got the shoes. Now you got to go get the hat. You got the ring. You got the watch. You got the bracelet. I'm just, I be like, hell, I don't know who that is. Ain't no need me stopping shit. As far as I know, sister wasn't dressing like that last time I seen her. You know. But in the late 1860s, nearly 5 million newly freed slaves made a Herculean effort to save money by banking their limited resources with the Freedmen's Savings and Trust Company. Yes, the Freedmen's Savings and Trust Company banks that were chartered by the United States Congress. See, and I think that right there was a mistake. Because anything that we let save up and stuff, don't let white America hold it. When I read about the Freedmen's Bureau, I got some notes on it somewhere and stuff, y'all. White folks took every dime black folks saved. They sure did. They stole everything. Wipe them out. Let's read. In these banks, blacks were the only depositors, with 2/3 of the deposits to be invested in securities of the United States. Oh, yeah. Let me read that again. In these banks, blacks were the only depositors, with 2/3 of the deposits to be invested in securities of the United States. The only ones. Yeah, just take our money invested in the United States, I guess. You know, the sources of these ex-slaves deposits were life savings, their military wages, y'all, their bounties, freedom dues, church tithes, and donations from philanthropic organizations and benevolent societies. People that say, you know, hey, yeah, you done saved up $100. Well, I'm gonna donate $100 to you. People like that, you know, we got the money and stuff saved up for us and stuff. So what happened was, over the course of 9 years, these ex-slaves deposited $57 million. Y'all, $57 million in 9 years, y'all. Black people did that. But check this out, in 37 different branches of the freedmen banks. It was freedmen banks. They had branches. They had 37 different branches. They were located in major American cities such as New York, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Atlanta, Nashville, Memphis, Charleston, and Savannah. So see, black people, when we get together and we put our mind toward benefiting us, oh, honey, it ain't no stopping us. It ain't no stopping us. See, the thing that stops us is letting white folks in on it, letting white folks assist us, letting white folks help us. You know, white folks want to, let me put this in. I'll help. Yeah. That's our downfall. Yeah. In my opinion, I don't care what you say. Prove it then. Although the federal government created those banks specifically to provide financial support for former slaves, that's what that money was for. They knew it. The government destined the banks to fail when the appointed racist white bank managers, when they appointed racist white bank managers and gave them total and unsupervised control over the ex-slaves' monies. They gave them total unsupervised control over the slaves' money without any protection for depositors, and all of the freedmen banks controlled by white boards of trustees. Should anyone be shocked that all 37 branches in different cities went insolvent at exactly the same time? White folks wiped us out at the same time. Wiped them banks clear at the same time. It's a cultural thing, see? Martin would have told us, judge their asses by their culture, even today, especially today. Within 10 years, the white bank managers invested freedmen bank funds in speculative ventures for their own self-enrichment and fleeced the newly freed slaves of their limited prosperities, of their limited properties and life savings. 5 years after the Civil War ended, newly enacted black codes were effectively turning the mood of the nation against the recently freed black slaves. Northern congressmen opposed and killed a bill to grant each ex-slave 40 acres, a mule, and $100. Calls for states' rights were locking blacks into semi-slavery called peonage. You know, that's on our thing. Yeah, we're gonna reread this one because that word peonage, it sure is on one of our receipts, and or sharecropping system. And following the U.S. Supreme Court slaughterhouse decision, which stipulated that the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments of the Constitution were solely for blacks. The executive, judiciary, and legislative branches entered into a conspiracy to end Civil War Reconstruction and its freedmen programs. Consistent with historical policies, the government's public explanation for this inhumane fleecing of ex-slaves' total resources was simply bank mismanagement and an economic downturn. See how they forgave themselves just like y'all do Black America? Yeah, they said that the white men just mismanaged the money. At the same time, in 37 different cities, 57 banks. Yeah, they just mismanaged the money. And you know, yeah, that's how they always do. Just as society has never paid a penalty for the pain and suffering it has inflicted on black people for over 500 years. The white managers of the freedmen banks were never held accountable for conflict of interest, borrowing, fraudulent investment ventures, and just outright theft. Just outright theft, the theft of melanin. Yeah, take everything you got, sweat, bled for. They just take it, just steal it. When the freedmen banks collapsed, Black Americans lost more than their life savings. Many blacks lost their faith in banks. I did. Business development, and elected officials. To this present time, Black Americans have not pressed Congress to investigate, hold public hearings, or to reimburse the nearly 500,000 Black depositors for the losses imposed on them. Maybe there's still time for justice to prevail on half of Black Americans. Yeah, that's it. I gotta go. I'm gonna go. I'll be back. And we're gonna reread this one more time because we asking for reparations for the slaughters, the slaves. And we ain't even, the money that they just literally outright stole. We ain't even asking for that back from their motherfucking asses. You know, just keep a song in your heart and stay grateful. You know how it goes. Keep a song in your heart and stay grateful. Because the mothership is coming back for us. Yeah, this is a literal board. Look at that. This will last. Oh, I feel say, ooh, And it looked like it's somebody in there going up. Yeah, that Scotty bring me up. Remember they used to say that and stuff, honey? See how they trick our mind and shit? Yeah, I'm done with white folks. I ain't got no forgiveness or nothing for white folks. No. What they got coming, honey, they gonna get it. I ain't standing in the way of nothing. And don't get behind me. Do not get behind me. But I love y'all. Peace and power to the people. And I'll see y'all later and stuff because I'm still outraged. I'm still outraged. You know, I'm trying to process it myself. What has happened to my people. You know, I'll process it. You know, yeah. I can do that. We can do that. But I already know. Yeah, ain't no more procreating, forgiving. We just got to stop all that. Ain't no more. Not on my end, it ain't. You know, if it is for y'all and stuff, more power to you. Yep. Yeah, well, they ain't mixing no more with us after this right here because it's time to tell our people, stop procreating with white folks. I know we always say about the money, hurt their pockets. Well, it's time to hurt more than their pockets now. Just keep your seed and your money. Keep your seed and your money from their ass. If you're going to be with Sabrina and Ken and Brad and stuff, you better know who you with. You love them, but you know who love them too. They got family. They got racist family and stuff. They love them. Ain't told us nothing. Ain't told them nothing. You got to start asking questions yourself, Black America. You got to, honey. I know you scared. I know. We all got that fear. But hey, shit, look where we come from. What you scared of? When you leave here, honey, you ain't even got to be around white folks no more. That's your decision if you want to go to heaven with them. Shit, I'm going to the 12th and never. I don't never want to see a white person after I leave this realm of living. I don't never want to see another white person. So no, as long as my energy vibes, I don't want to see another white person after this. You know, but that don't mean I'm gonna go out here and kick a dog. I ain't no violent person now. Don't condone violence either. But I ain't no punk. I'm gonna fight back. You know, that's what we gotta do. Fight back for our people. It's not saying I'm gonna go out here and wish bad on nobody or throw nobody no negative eyes and stuff like that. I ain't even got time for it, honey. I'm content with letting the cosmos give out the judgment and the consequences for what they've done. That's all I gotta do is be content with it, and I am content with it. You know, if the ancestors of the cosmos say, hey, all of y'all is done today for what you have done to my creation, talking about Black people, then so be it. I'm cool with it. I ain't gonna be crying. Shit, I'm crying for John Hartfield. I'm crying for Maurice Mays, Mary Turner and her unborn baby, Emmett Till, Medgar Evers, Mark Clark, Fred Hampton, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. That's who I'm crying for. That's who my tears are for. So, you know, if you're crying for white folks and stuff here, go sit over there with them and cry. They the ones that need to know you love them that much, not me. I don't.